since 1844. It began in Milwaukee and it's back there now. And that's why I love it. Because of course, it's PB&R. Pabst Blue Ribbon in a beautiful box. You put the ribbon on it for the holidays. Bob Dvorak. And of course, Greg Diolis. Let's talk Steelers Browns. Cam Hayward out, Marcus Wheatley out, Bud Dupree back. But is it going to be enough for the Steelers, even though giving 8 to get back on the winning track for some reason, don't know why. RG3 will be back practicing next week for the Browns. This game worries me, being that it's at Cleveland, a little more added fear on my part. So what do you think?
Put your minds at ease, fellas. This one, the Browns are just terrible. Bob talked earlier about playing racquetball off the curb. That's about where the Browns are. The Steelers would have to go really low to get down to lose this one.
But this game does worry me. This is Pittsburgh. It's always darkest before things go completely pitch black. And I just think with an 8-point spread, Steelers got some things on their hands today. So I'll take the Browns to cover on this. The injuries have just taken away all the steam out of the Steelers' sails. So and to lose Cam Hayward, I think, was a big blow.
The only sign that I take that gives me hope, Michael Doomer, my exceptional producer, Waynesburg University graduate, I said, get me a Rooney beer to promote. He said, they're sold out. There's no Rooney beer left in the house. We've been promoting it very hard over the last couple of weeks, and just maybe Steeler fans know they need plenty of it on hand, not just for the holiday, but to celebrate a Steelers victory against the dreaded Browns today. What about the Cleveland Browns franchise? I would like to see them get back on track. It seems as though they at times show, but then they sputter just when you think you pick up someone like RG3, they're going to turn it around. They just can't get going. 0-10 for the first time. They came into the NFL in 1950, so they are really struggling.
They are struggling, but they say that this head coach, Hugh Jackson, is the safest of the head coaches in the National Football League, even though he's very likely to go 0-16. But they are really stripped down and building from the ground up. 14 draft picks this year. They traded off a bunch of guys to get extra picks. All 14 of them are on this roster, which is almost unheard of. And I'm not talking practice squads. I mean, I'm talking active 14 players. So they're really looking to build up. They haven't caught anything yet to really make you feel like they're good. They had a 20-point lead with Baltimore earlier in the year and lost that game. So they have had some positive signs, but they're really awful coming out of the halftime locker room, giving up, I believe it's 93-10 in the third quarter. They're giving up points.
Here's something that you want. Since they came in the league in 1950, the Browns overall have never had a losing record. They're at 500 for their history right now. Today could be the day they slip below 500. And boy, I'll tell you, you start out 0-10. It's just been such a long, hard slog since this team came back into the NFL, and you keep waiting for the turnaround, but it hasn't happened yet.
One good thing, and his high school alma mater, Jeanette, will be playing Clairton for the 1A WPIL Championship coming up at the Robert Morris Joe Walton Stadium this weekend. I like Terrell Pryor as a wide receiver, and here's a kid that could have walked away when he didn't get his way to play quarterback. And I think he's going to be around for a while playing wide receiver. I think he has found his niche.
Well, he could have walked away, but he would have walked away from a lot of money and a pretty good job. He has seemingly found his niche, and it's interesting. I mean, I think the kid feels like, I wanted to be a quarterback, and he gave it every possibility to try and do that. Couldn't get it done that way, but now he has dedicated himself to this, become a pretty good route runner, and really an athletic guy that can catch football.
Only because I'm always looking at the backstory because of you award-winning journalist. Could you see Pryor maybe getting a few reps at quarterback in Cleveland?
We had tried everybody else, so why not? But he was such a great athlete. Maybe one of the best to ever come out of the WPIAL. And I know he wanted to play quarterback, but sometimes when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade.
They do have Robinson plays in with him, sort of a wildcat quarterback type thing, and some of those throwback type things where they split him out, throw laterals to him, and then it goes off.
real quick.
The last time he played quarterback was with the Oakland Raiders. He ran 93 yards in his first play.
Go over there and see the thing that says Mike's for the show. Mike's, give me one ball. One ball.
I'll get it. I'll get it.
Now watch. You know exactly where I'm going with. Okay? That line you just gave me moments ago. Sit down. And by the way, this could be a Madison Avenue hit. You just said moments ago, when life gives you
Lemons, you go with Mike's Hard Lemonade.
There you go, folks.
I had to tell you.
The mind never stops. It's a steel trap, ladies and gentlemen. Not to be confused with a man of steel. The Steelers, though, can they still have a season that will get them really quality, meaning into the postseason and maybe deep into the postseason? Or do you start thinking about wait till next year?
Well, in my opinion, once you get in the tournament, it's a whole new season. And you just need to get to the tournament. And in their division, they're still probably the odds-on favorite to win this division, as bad as it's been.
Yeah, as bad as they played, they're a game out of first place.
Right.
And, you know, Baltimore has a big assignment in Dallas today. But look, at some point you got to plant a stake in the ground and say this is when we start playing football. They haven't
Kevin
done
Booth,
that.
extension 10, please. Kevin, extension 10.
I just wanted to see if it was out clean up and out 5. What's been the biggest disappointment this year, Minnesota, other than the win-loss? The defense, because 13 sacks compared to a team that had 45 last year. Something's really gone haywire with that defense.
Well, that's what a lot of people said is don't worry about their defensive backfield because your front seven is going to get to the quarterback and put pressure.
Mike to customer service, please. Mike to customer service.
11th in the league in sacks. That's been probably the biggest downplay.
I think overall their defensive play has been their biggest disappointment. Yes. And whether it's an untimely penalty, giving up the big play, just being out of position, not performing up front the way they should have, and giving up big chunks of yards against the run. That's just not Pittsburgh football.
What can Bud Dupree do, the young man out of Kentucky, if anything, to help this defense today?
Well, he can wreak havoc in the opponent's backfield. He's just going to get upfield. Don't worry about doing anything other than see ball, sick ball. Be one of those guys that just goes and pins his ears back and goes after.
What about Kevin Butler as a defensive coordinator?
That's a $94,000 question, or $64,000 question. The jury is very much out right now because he hasn't coached them up very well. Whether you blame injuries or whatever it is, you still got personnel. You've got to figure out ways to make things happen, and that's been a difficult aspect for the Steelers.
Yeah, is it the game plan? Is it the personnel? Is it the injuries? I don't know, but unless they start putting some pressure on quarterbacks, they're just not going to do very well at all.
All right, last thing. Ben Roethlisberger, we saw what they can do with him, especially in that Dallas game, when it's really crunch time. But it just makes me wonder, as we've seen him not be in the lineup this year, Landry Jones in there, we all saw what happened there. The future, no matter what they do, who they get, and let's face it, he's not going to be Tom Brady playing close to 40 because he's taking punishment. He's now in his early 30s, pushing mid-30s. 34, okay. So now you got to start thinking, let's get someone. And I know it's tough. Jared Goff, a young one starting today in the league, just into the league as a rookie. Carson Wentz has done it. We saw Ben when he took over for Tommy Maddox, but it doesn't happen that often. So you're going to need a couple of years. You being an agent, anyone out there. I know Jim Kelly's brother was kind of on the horizon. They were thinking about him maybe want to be next to elite quarterback, still early, but he's kind of fallen off the radar. Steelers looking towards the draft. This has to be top priority for them right now. Not next year, the year after. They have no time to wait. They need to get the future signal caller of the Pittsburgh Steelers quickly, and I mean sooner than later.
Well, the guy that's been somewhat Roethlisberger-like as far as his build and the way that he plays the game is Trubisky at North Carolina, who saw, he lit up Pitt big time, and he would be one of those guys who probably would be a middle to late first rounder, not going to be like Deshaun Watson, not going to be like Kaiser at Notre Dame, so he probably would be down in that range where the Steelers could get to him if they really want to make that move now. But I still think they're going to look defense with their draft picks. They still want to build their defense, in my opinion.
It's time to forget about defense. You can have the greatest defense in the world, but if you can't score points, you won't win football games. So all 9 of your Coons markets will be closed on Thanksgiving so they can enjoy the holiday with their families. Closing remarks, Counselor, anything?
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Have a great week.
Blessed Thanksgiving to you all.
White meat, dark meat, what do you prefer?
Both, yes.
Figures. How about you?
I'm a combination guy.
Yeah,
too.
the dark meat with the protein and the white meat with the flavor.
I like dark meat.
Yes.
Good. White meat too. I'll take it all. Stuffing, little giblet gravy, cranberries, you name it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for everyone here at Coons Market, have a great rest of your Sunday. And let's go Steelers!
And what I'm thankful for most of all is you, Rob Pratt.